got myself a mushroom kit, and I'm looking forward to hopefully some really nice mushrooms. Actually, I think this is a really clever idea. You order it and it just arrives in the post. You haven't got to do anything. All you do is like kind of unravel the polythene a little bit, and then you just keep it moist. So I decided I'd keep it in my kitchen, and that way it's in a prominent position. I've got a sprayer right next to it, so I can constantly keep it moist. So literally give it a little spray once or twice a day, just so that it doesn't dry out. And hopefully I should have some mushrooms that will eventually look like that. And then if I do, I can get them straight away. I mean, talk about instant, you know, sort of picking fresh. I could literally pick them as I need them and fry them up with whatever else I choose. And I'm kind of really looking forward to that. So hopefully I'll report back on those as and when. Hopefully if we get some results. Well, greetings and salutations. I do hope everyone's having a great day. This is a little video that I'm going to be making on my kitchen table. Also, big thank you to everybody for your lovely comments on my last video, which was basically the kitchen reveal video. I had some amazing comments, and everybody seemed to kind of really kind of be very complimentary. So thank you, it does mean a great deal to me. Today, what I'm going to be doing is going through the seeds. The seeds have arrived, ready for planting. We are on, what are we on, the second week of March now. So I really need to kind of get cracking on. But what I thought I'd do today is go through all my seeds, and I need to kind of arrange them into some sort of an order so that I know when I'm planting everything. And I think what I'll do is I'll arrange them in groups for each week that I can plant them, and that should give me a much better idea of you know, how to progress through the year. All theory, of course, but I'll give it a go. Now, before I get started, I must say a massive thank you to the Hort Channel for getting my seeds sorted out this year, and I will be putting a link to Sean's channel below this video. So if you haven't already subscribed, I think most of you have subscribed to him already, but if you haven't, do go over there and subscribe to what I believe is the fastest growing allotment channel in Europe, might be even in the world. So that's it's a good channel as well, so make sure you go check it out. So let's see what we've got. Now, first things first, I am going to actually attempt to grow some flowers this year. I've never really kind of been sort of bothered about flowers, but until I actually watched the Allotment Challenge TV program, I can't remember the name of it, where they all had to grow all sorts of different things, including flowers, and they would set these challenges to kind of make these arrangements and things, and it was quite impressive. So I thought, you know, why not? It'll bring a bit of colour to the plot. I know some of us guys think of flowers as a bit girly, but to be honest, it'll bring colour to the plot. It'll bring bees and pollinators to the plot, so hopefully that's going to help as well. But also, I'm tempted to go out and buy a bit of that green foam, and maybe do a few cut-ins and stick a few flowers in and see if I can come up with some sort of thing that looks nice. It just makes some nice gifts for family and neighbours and things. So I'm going to give it a go this year. So what we've got is sweet peas, more sweet peas, different colours there. We've got something called zinnias, which are big sort of, almost look a little bit carnation-y. We've got larkspur, which are kind of these tall things. We've got some sweet williams, which they kind of look very red. Got something called stock, which I think they're tall things as well, and we got some lavender as well, which is a very nice, smell, fragrance, and night scented stock, which I think is one of Sean's favourites. But all of these, I believe, apart from perhaps the stock, the night scented stock, I think they're all grown in such a way that you can actually cut, actually get proper cuttings from them. So that's going to be interesting. So I'll come back to those in a minute. Let's also see what we've got in the vegetable department. Aubergine, eggplant. I've never ever grown eggplant before. This is I think eggplants are usually black, aren't they? But this is a kind of an unusual coloured one, so that's going to be interesting. The tomatoes this year, now I'm going to cut back a little bit on the tomatoes because I can't eat a lot of tomato products anymore. Unfortunately, I have some gastric issues that keep giving me hassle, and one of the rules is to stay away from acidic based products, and tomatoes are quite acidic. But I'm still going to grow some tomatoes this year, and I'm going to go for some Sweet Williams this year, which I believe are little cherry tomatoes. And these are an F1 variety, so they should be really good and give me quite a big crop, which would be nice. Got some broccoli. This is Calabrese, again another F1. High yielding and compact, so that should do really well in those beds. Give sweet corn a little try. I'm hoping those the pallet collars are going to be quite good for sweet corn because it's going to keep everything kind of close together. And so I'll give those a go. This is Swift, F1 Swift. We've got some Rocket. I love Rocket. It's absolutely. If you've never tried Rocket, it's just it's got this lovely kind of peppery, tangy flavour, and it's great if you're having just like a salad sandwich or something. Throw some Rocket in, it's gorgeous. And I think this is quite, it grows really quickly, and it's a cut and come again as well. So you have a few of those sprinkled around the plot, and you can just cut them as you need them. I might even put one or two of those in the garden as well, in the back garden, so they're to hand. Dill. Now I actually got dill. It's a herb, or an herb if you're in the US, but I've got dill mainly for decorative purposes to go with the flowers, because this is a trick that I saw in the Great Allotment Challenge program, where I think they were using dill as foliage to complement the flowers. So anyway, I'll give that a go and see what's what. Something else I'm trying out for the first time this year is seed tapes. Got a couple here. Got some radish and I got some lettuce, and I'm just kind of hoping they're going to make life a little bit easier, because things like radish and lettuce, you can't grow huge great amounts of those in any one time. What you do is you plant a few a week, and that way you've always got a ready pickable crop, rather than a big glut which you kind of use one or two of and all the rest go to waste. So I'm hoping, just using these seed tapes, I got them more out of curiosity, because it's kind of like lazy gardening really, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with just sprinkling a few seeds in a bit of dirt, but I kind of, at the moment, it's just kind of a novelty thing. I just want to try them out. I've heard good things about them. And especially for the radishes, because they're very evenly spaced out, so you should get some nice, nice neat rows of radish. That would be really nice. So anyway, we'll give those a go. Let's see how we get on. Got some more radish here as well. The radish I got on the tapes is rainbow mix. Oh, there's a selection of them. That's good. So, and they're kind of little golf ball shaped radish. And I've also got something called Sparkler 3, which is another kind of golf ball shaped radish. So we'll give those a go. Got some beetroot as well. For this year I've gone for Bolt Hardy, which I've used in the past. Very, very good, very, very hardy. Just kind of gets on and grows into beetroot, no fuss. And something I'm trying called Monitor, M-O-N-E-T-A, Monitor. New type, less thinning. Okay, that sounds good. So we'll give that a go as well. Parsnips, good old-fashioned parsnips. I've got the tall pallet collars, especially for these. So I should be looking forward to parsnips. And nothing, you can't beat roast parsnips. Honey roasted parsnips. Absolutely gorgeous. So I look forward to cooking those in my new oven. That'd be nice. Onions. That's another thing I can't eat a lot of anymore, is I can't eat onions, garlic and tomatoes, all kind of acidy based products. But I will. It's not going to stop me growing them, because I can always, you know, kind of give them away. Or I just kind of like the idea of growing onions, because it's a bit traditional. Everybody grows onions on their allotment, so you know, I'm gonna grow at least a few. So I've gone for something called Alyssa Craig this year. I've never heard of them, but these are what can I tell you about these? Large, tasty, flagon-shaped bulbs for table or exhibition, for indoor or outdoor sowing. That's the onions. Alyssa Craig. What else we got? We've got some leeks. I thought I'd have a proper go at leeks this time. You know, actually growing them properly with pushing a little hole in the ground and dropping in a little seedling, because I've never actually tried it that way before. So I've seen lots of other people on YouTube do the leeks that way, and they've had quite successful leeks. So I should be trying those this year. Something else I'm trying for the first time ever is fennel. This is called Florence fennel, and I'm not a massive fan of the flavour of fennel, but I might be trying out some recipes and things. You know, give the kitchen a spin around the block. And I thought fennel might come in useful. So you know, you never know. I might discover a dish that I actually quite like. So we'll give it a go, and I think it'll be fun to grow as well. So we'll give that a go. Cucumbers, something for inside the greenhouse. These are called Market More. Super. Oh, this is an outdoor variety. That's interesting. Okay. Tasty type for outdoor growing. Oh, okay. So these are going to be pretty hardy then. Because cucumbers normally, I think you grow them in, you know, a polytunnel or a greenhouse. They like the warmth, but these have obviously been bred for the you know, to tolerate the British coolness. So there we go. That's called Market More. Give those a go. Now, chili peppers. Again, something I can't physically eat anymore, but they're going to look absolutely fantastic if they grow like that. So I thought I'd grow them, you know, for the aesthetics. And my brother-in-law absolutely loves hot chilies, so I'll give him a little supply of them for a little while. These grow really long. They're called Joe's Super Long. So I'm going to give those a go. More brassicas. We've got cauliflower. This is called Snowball A, and it kind of grows, looks like it grows into a little kind of a snowball shape, which is good. Reliable variety, quality heads for stir fry or conventional cooking, ideal for early crops. Oops, I think I might have missed that window. Now, I have got another cauliflower here. Now, I've always been fascinated by this type of shape appearing in nature. This is called Romanesco Early. Look how beautiful that is. That, where are we? Hopefully you can see that, it's not blurry. Every time I see that, all I can think of is the Fibonacci scale. And if you know what the Fibonacci scale is, it's kind of like what some term as the fingerprint of God. It's basically a mathematical equation that appears in basically everything in nature. It's really, really kind of deep stuff. But look how it just kind of goes on into infinity. And I've been fascinated with this kind of thing. Every time I've seen one of those, I've always been fascinated by it. So I'm going to have a go at growing one this year, and I've got a feeling I might I might be referring to it a lot and staring at it a lot, because it's quite hypnotic just kind of looking at that. So I really want to kind of make sure that I get a good result on those. Right, we've got some carrots. We've gone for something called an Eskimo and a resistor fly. So the first one is obviously carrot fly resistant, which is good, and the other one is an F1, and that's kind of like looks like a show carrot, and it's got a high cold tolerance, so I can carry on growing those into the winter. Hopefully that'll be nice. In fact, according to this little chart on the back here, I can probably harvest these from October right through to next March. So if I run out of food, at least I'll have some carrots. So there we go, we'll give those a go. Peppers, this is called an F1 Gypsy, and it looks kind of like a medium-sized good all-rounder. So give that a go. Now melon, I think Jim grew some of these last year and they turned out okay, and I think he grew them under like a little mini polythene, like a little baby polytunnel thing. So I'm intending to grow these because I know they like the heat, so I'm intending to grow these in the greenhouse, but we'll give them a go. I did try some a couple of years ago in the polytunnel. I didn't have much luck with them, but I think it was a different variety, so we'll see how we get on with these. Got another tomato here, which is Sun Gold, and I think that's quite an old classic that a lot of people grow. Brussels sprouts, give those a go, and they're good for basically for Christmas. You plant them out in May and June, and then you can harvest them November to December. But I must remember to put the nets up this year, because the last time I grew Brussels sprouts, it was just it was disaster. They just got all eaten. And in fact, saying that, I think I grew some one year in the polytunnel, which is not a good move because they like the cold. And I think they ended up bolting and just kind of going to seed really quickly. We've got some cabbages, and I went for the really nice tight white head cabbages. I would really like to grow those. I love those in coleslaws and things like that, you know, where you got this really nice tight head, and as you chop it up, it's all kind of really tightly bundled together. So I've gone for something called Mozart, which is an F1. And hopefully we should have success with that. Again, got to be really careful with the insects on that one, and I need to get nets over it. Right, runner beans. Good grief, looks like we're going to be building a massive array of runner bean poles this year. Got 4 varieties. Those are peas. Okay, runner bean, oh sorry, no, dwarf French, right, okay, no, I'm lying, here we go. Runner bean. Right, so we got Polestar, which I believe I grew last year as well. Not last year, the year before. I didn't do anything last year, did I? Because I was constructing the site. So we've gone for Polestar and Prize Winner. Sounds quite encouraging, doesn't it? Prize Winner. Excellent quality and value. Pods held in clusters, easy to grow. So you can't have an allotment site without runner beans. And now, dwarf French beans. I've not had huge amounts of success with dwarf French beans. I think I'm going to have to pay particular attention to these ones this year, because whatever I've been doing in the past, I've obviously not done it right, because I've ended up with these really stunted, kind of not very happy plants that have produced, you know, 1 or 2 beans. They've just not been happy. So I think I'm going to have to take extra diligence with these this year to try to get them to kind of look like that. I mean, that's quite a high cropper, and that one as well. So I might have to consult my book, my Allotment Gardening for Dummies book, just to make sure that I get those right this year. There's another cabbage called Killaxi, and that's another F1 cabbage. I've not got no picture on that one. And peas. Okay, we got peas. Oh, peas have never made it to my kitchen table. I've always eaten them before I've got home. They're like little nature's candy, nature's sweets. But I love peas, and I've gone for a Hurst Green Shaft, which is the ones I grew a couple of years ago. Really enjoyed those. And we've got something called Clevedon Wonder. In fact, I think I went for those as well last year. So we're looking forward to those. So that's what I'm going to be going for this year. Let's have a little sip of tea before it gets cold. This is where it gets interesting, because I now have to determine when I'm going to plant everything. So it's a case of flipping them over and finding out when sowing can take place. So for example, this is March through to May. So I can grow those. What I'll do is I'll say March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, so we've got April. These are April. Okay, April. basically any time this month. These are for April, these are for late April, and these are for May. So there we have it. I've now got my little agenda for planting sorted out. What I have to do, I need to go down to the allotment. I need to do some prep work. I've got to do some digging over, some what I call donkey work. I'm not going to take the camera down for that. I need to just get stuck in there and get on with it. I'm going to possibly go there this afternoon, although the weather is pretty chilly and dull out there. But I need to also order a pallet of, or at least get some compost. There is we've got a recycling centre down the road that sells something called Warrior Compost, and it's very cheap. And I think what I could do is take the trailer down there and load up a trailer. I'll have to give them a phone first, just to make sure I can do that. But that's what I'm thinking. But I'll also get a few bags as well, and we'll go from there. So anyway, there we go. That's Rick World for the moment. Once again, thanks to the Hort channel for sorting me out with seeds this year. Really appreciate that. So I think that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.